Welcome back to Destination Playdate. I am your host, Attack Slug, and this is WireWalk, out now on catalog for a price of $7. It is a top-down Zelda-type game with a near-future cyber hacker-type motif. And according to this somewhat difficult-to-read font, I am 23% into the game, and about a half an hour or so of playtime. Extrapolate as you will. And so the questions you must ask yourself if you are looking to play this game are: number one, do you like that old school top-down overhead Legend of Zelda style? And number two, what is your tolerance for load times? Because, as you'll discover, anytime you go into a building or change floors, you're going to hit this screen here, and it's going to load every single time. So this guy right here, we've currently found the next dungeon, but there is a virus making the value of the coinsy coin drop by the second. So yes, don't put all your money in crypto. It's a bad idea. It's a bad idea. But I currently have a baseball bat on the A button and a baseball on the B button that I can throw to either attack enemies and or solve some puzzles. But here we are, as I said, load times every single time you go in a building, or you change floors on a building, or you go into a different map section. It's just, it does get a bit grating after a while. Now, generally, I've seen no enemies in the overworld here, right? It's only in the dungeons, and I know that now I have what I need to get to dungeon number 2. So yeah, you got NPCs here to talk to and that kind of thing. And there are puzzles in the overworld, but generally it's, hey man, find the next bit of business. And once you find that circuit board, head back to your house and use it in your home computer to access that dungeon, which should be right down here in this house, which is on my house. So we're gonna hop in and go upstairs and then access dungeon number 2. But yes, load times, buddy. Load times. So the dog was the first dungeon that I solved, and that was all good. Let's head upstairs and load again. And I'm not going to cut these load times, just kind of give you an idea. That's kind of the whole point of this channel, is showing you an accurate version of what these games look like to play. And all right, let's head to my personal computer, turn it on, and then we will inject the new thing to solve. Here we are, the Wirewalker, version 1.0.0. We finished the dog entertainment system. Now the coin mining system is number 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dungeons. It looks like, plus things to do in the overworld, but yes, coin mining system. Let us wirewalk into there and see what that is and what that does, and how sometimes the enemies, if there are too many, will cause slowdown, and that's not a mirror thing. I'd say, hey, it happens on the actual Playdate thing, so be aware of that. And while I have not seen a map in the overworld, there is indeed a map in the dungeon. That's very important in this style and genre of video game. But also in the options menu, you can change your A and B weapons. Currently, I only have 2, so those are my 2 to use. But yes, here we are in that Zelda style dungeon. Let's check the text on the wall for tips. Don't forget, use the projectiles either against them or to help overcome challenges. Yes, so the bat will knock away the balls, because, you know, baseball. In this dungeon, you will find wall buttons that can be pressed with the ball. The ball can also be used to taunt some enemies. That's interesting. Let's head to the left and see where things are going. But in the upper left-hand corner, we have our health bar, and right under that is our baseball meter. So if I hold the B button, I can aim the baseball. But watch that meter. It goes down 1, and then down 2, and then down 3, and then it has to recharge. Give it a second. It'll recharge. And that is key for some of the timed puzzles. So, moving on to room number 2. Uh-oh, it's a fight on a Friday. Oh, on a Friday night. Yep. Hit them with a baseball bat and hope for the best. And What's going on here? All right, so the mole, the moly mole. What's the way to beat the whack-a-mole? Nope, I think I hit it. I can't tell if I hit it or not. Is it only... Oh, that's not good. Yes, do that. Yeah, okay. It is hit the mole and then whack back the projectile. Easy enough. But yes, I think graphically it's doing the right thing here. I think that the audio is fantastic. I just don't particularly care for the load times and the slowdown that happens when there are multiple enemies on screen at once. That is just kind of the parts where I get a little bit annoyed as someone who's played all the games like this. And certainly my favorite game from the first season of this Playdate was a game like this that did things, you know, without those detriments. But Mr. Mole, if you continue to throw your garbage at me, you dirt, whatever. Oh, come on, I hit that. Bro, seriously? There we go. How many hits? Is it the typical video game 3 is the question. There we go. Rule of threes. Video games. Now, it does look like this wall here has a crack in the wall, but I don't have any kind of bomb yet, so that's a problem. Get back to it later, which is why you can re-enter older dungeons, I would assume. Okay, now, I'm going to guess that mole number 2, which, sure. Yeah, he just blocks that immediately. So, we, come on, have the mole, but B, the switch is here. Oh, wait, how do I... Is there a way to get that? Is up high, which, that's new. Perhaps that is a bomb thing I don't have yet, but... You know what? All right, we're just gonna go. We're just gonna go. Never mind. And so, plenty of gaps in the stages to account for. Oh man, are you serious, bro? With this mole business, I'm gonna end up dying here because getting these to actually reflect appropriately has been a little tricky, just a little bit. So I don't mind the difficulty. Like, that's fine. There were a couple weird spikes in that first dungeon where they kind of really overloaded the enemies in the room, but it kind of only happened one time, so I can't be too mad at it. So if you do die, it does checkpoint your dungeon progress, much like a Zelda would, which is good, and it's, hey, back to the opening room of the dungeon, etc., etc. That's fine. I don't mind that. But yes, having to hit each mole here 3 times as they toss these rocks at us is... Okay, sure. I didn't think he was going to throw it. Honestly, caught me off guard. And I might just die here, which would not be the first time that I've died in this game. Boo-hoo. These things happen. Let's go to the right this time. Let's go over the other way, because, man, connection lost. Reconnect, because we're here hacking things and doing that type of business. Perhaps there is an item to unlock that would certainly help with this stuff. So, here is a example of a timed baseball puzzle. Because they drain, and if I can't throw anymore. So that's the thing, is you gotta throw them when it's fully charged with your 3 dots on... Oh boy. Now again, you can curve the shots, which is nice. Bro, what happened? No, get third, there we go. Got it. So, a little tricky, but we got it. No worries, we move on. Now, there are optional things to unlock, which, in the game that uses the crank, is the... Oh, hold on. Another freaking mole. No, I'm just gonna avoid you. Bye. Goodbye. I said good day. But, on the side of the screen where it's black, that can be changed. If I crank here, I've unlocked a handful of different banner art for the sides of the screen, if you would like. Otherwise, I still feel like this might have bombs to unlock in this particular dungeon. But yes, we're going to go upstairs or downstairs. Either way, we hit yet another load screen. And that's, yeah, it is what it is, man. Like, if this bothers you, then this whole game is going to bother you. But that all depends on your personal tolerance for those kinds of load times. So, what do we got here in terms of what's going on? We're blocked off. We have these weird lines in the ground. I can hit this. I can't hit that. All right, can I? Okay. It's like a train track type deal, but I don't have anything to put on there yet. Is it? Curious what this is supposed to do. Because I don't have whatever it is I need to put there, I guess, to change the way the track goes, because there's nothing else running on the tracks just yet. So perhaps that is in this dungeon somewhere. I do not know. At this point, you get it, right? I don't have to keep on hammering home the point about these load times, but boy, it makes the game take a lot longer than it should. Meanwhile, we did have one more direction to go in, which was up in this dungeon, because it does fill in the map. And if you've been somewhere, it will fill in the map, which is nice. So all the black rooms that are not lit up are the ones I have not been to just yet. So let's head up and see what is in the upward. I don't have a key. Okay. So if I had a key, what I can do from here is actually exit the Wirewalker and head back into the overworld. So an option for you, hold on, I hit the wrong button there. An option for you to have if you've gotten to an impasse in that dungeon, or perhaps you want to do some more overworld exploring, you are free to exit the matrix and head back into the overworld. Once here, I can check my diary and look at what I've currently unlocked and done in the game thus far. So, boss tokens, I got 1 there from the dog. We got life candy, I got 0 of that. And I got the frames, which are the things on the side here. I have 4 of the frames that I've found thus far. This is WireWalk. It is out now on catalog for $7. I am your host, Attack Slug. More videos, keep on cranking. I'll see you next time right here on this channel, and I'm out.